Joining us now to talk about what all this means for the future of Roblox is managing partner at Gerber Kawasaki, Ayal Shmilovich. Ayal, thank you so much for being here. What's your reaction to this report from the Wall Street Journal about Roblox developing games for schools?
Yeah, I mean, I love it. I think this is a great new addition to their business. As of right now, Roblox is mainly games developed by children for other children, which is great and fun for them to do. They get to play an active role as kind of a developer, but they're really kind of limited by the amount of time that they can play, that they're not in school, they're not doing sports, or that their parents will allow them to play. And I think that, expanding into schools, colleges, et cetera, gives number one more time that they can actually play these games, different types of games. And as a parent myself who has a kid who plays Roblox extensively, I would be much more lenient and willing to let him play longer if I knew that he was learning about space exploration, he was learning about robotics and engineering and things like that. So I definitely think it helps them expand their market to a much broader audience.
It's interesting. Does it not only help, I would assume, increase their user numbers, but are there contracts to be benefited from schools and districts around the country and in that sphere as well?
Yeah, absolutely. Minecraft did it. Microsoft did it with Minecraft, where they now have 35 million users on Minecraft Educational. A lot of people probably don't know that, but they've done a lot of it with Microsoft, and Roblox is actually an even better platform, and we think actually has more opportunity to expand, just kind of given the more advanced profile and the more advanced game building that they have.
We noted a few moments ago the stock surged today, I think ending the day around 8% up, but I think at its peak today was up around 12%. And that's, of course, during kind of the event for investors. It also posted really strong earnings lately, and really strong earnings amid concern about the reopening and what the reopening meant across the gaming sphere of people maybe pulling back and not really seeing that as much. What do you attribute Roblox's success kind of amid those concerns that haven't been realized?
Yeah, I think they've done an amazing job at creating a platform that's both engaging, fun. Kids can develop on there. They can play on there with their friends, both in person and online. So it truly is kind of the metaverse in its purest form, where there's digital and real life engagement. And I think most importantly, they've created it as a safe environment, which the other social media companies have basically failed at spectacularly. And I think the fact that they have an unlimited amount of games that they can basically create on this platform. So they have been able to constantly grow their user base throughout this pandemic. And then even furthermore, because we see traditional gaming companies struggle with both creating new games. Activision, EA announced a lot of delays in their games over the last couple of months. People peaked and were sort of tired of video games, but the metaverse, the interaction, the social and the safe environment that Roblox creates, I think gives it a huge runway still.
Well, speaking of the metaverse, we know that Roblox is continuing to kind of build this strong foothold in this metaverse space. It announced today that gaming company, I think it's Dubit, raised about $8 million to open the world's first live esports league within the metaverse. That's going to be hosted by Roblox's platform. Also, the CEO said that Roblox addresses the 8 fundamentals of the metaverse. What does this and Roblox's participation with the metaverse mean for its future?
I think going forward, this is going to be how we live our lives. The sort of integration between our digital and our real lives are going to continue to be enmeshed, and the lines are going to continue to be blurred. And Roblox is a perfect example of how this goes really well. It's gaming, it's social, it's entertainment, it's your personal friends. I know children who play it together with their friends in person, that they FaceTime or Zoom their friends, or they're doing it online. So they really have the ability to not only, engage everybody, but then create events within the platforms. I think we used to see this with Fortnite and Epic Games, but Roblox, again, because of the developers being the users themselves, they have an ability to reach a scale and an audience that I think the other platforms don't have. So, we see them doing branding partnerships with Gucci. We see them doing, concerts within Roblox with 21 Pilots. And I just think that this is going to continue to grow branding and events within the metaverse, both digital and real life, kind of intermingling over time.
I'm just curious, what do you say to those who are skeptic of this space in terms of replacing a part of real life that many of us hold dear, and really being able to penetrate beyond the gamers who are out there, who are a very, lucrative bunch of a group, but beyond the gamers to the average person like me who is not a gamer?
Sure. I would say the same thing I said to a lot of the naysayers in a lot of other spaces, that, video games would never, be the form of entertainment, or that cryptocurrency would not, really be a real thing. It's when new technology arrives, it's very hard for people to kind of get their heads around it and to really accept a new reality. But obviously, the stay at home, work from home thing has really transformed our society at an accelerated pace. And I think the idea that our digital lives will now be infused with our real lives is just an inevitability at this point.
Yeah, really quickly before I let you go, I've only got about 45 seconds here. We know that Roblox has plans for an extensive global extension very soon. Can you preview what's to come with that?
Yeah, so they, most of the users right now on Roblox are in the US, but their expansion globally is happening very, very quickly, mostly in Asia Pacific, with almost 75% growth in Asia Pacific. So they have a total addressable market of basically, 4 or 5 billion people across the world. And I just think that, they've only begun to scratch the surface here.
Really appreciate your insight here with this company. Obviously, again, stock surging today as much as 12% during the intraday, and I think ending around 8%. Looks like it has a lot of runway for growth. Thank you so much, Ayal Shmilovich, Managing Partner at Gerber Kawasaki Wealth and Investment.